So Lil Wayne's putting on a concert with the other Young Money artists.
Well, they weren't named, but yeah, this is the latest thing that I'm hearing right now. It's Little Wayne is apparently has his own strain of marijuana. I'm not sure what the name is. He
I
gonna
think
give it to
it's
you. Don't worry.
I think it's pronounced. I think it's Gukua. I don't know. GKUA.
It's got to be an acronym for
Of
something.
course, it's like, or maybe not. You know.
I hope so. It's Little Wayne, so that could be him spelling a word actually. So
Yeah.
let's be real here. But to promote it, he's decided that he's gonna head to LA, put on a little concert, and it's gonna be the resurgence of Young Money. And if there's anybody that I'm looking forward to seeing, Young Money, oh, gutta. Where you
Right?
been, brother? Gutta. Like out of all of them, Little Twist or Gutta. Like it's a toss up between those two for me.
Really, I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but basically, it's going to be the absolute D list. It's going to be the water boys of the label, pretty
So
much.
you don't think Drake and Nicki Minaj? You don't think Drake? Well,
No,
obviously Drake and Nicki Minaj are the only two top tier
they're not
besides
showing
Drake.
up for this.
You don't think they're gonna show up? You don't think they have enough
No,
respect
there's
for
going to be no
Weezy
Tyga. There's going to be no Drake.
not even Tiger?
There's no, this is not happening. Even the nigga
That's disrespectful.
from the what's that guy that was the battler again? Jay Mills, he ain't gonna
Oh,
be there.
was it Jay Mills that they said? Oh yeah,
Jay
Ness
Mills,
was
I mean,
signed to
he
something else. It
might
was
be
Jay
there.
Mills.
Like he ain't doing nothing.
No,
But this
he's
is
not even on Young Money anymore.
this is August 13th of this year. This is that's why he didn't name names. He's just saying
Like
Young Money because when people
there's
think
no names.
yeah, when people think Young Money, they think Drake, they think Nicki Minaj, and to a lesser extent, they think Tyga. But none of these
So
people.
you think he's playing people for the promo?
Of
Is that what
course
you're
he
saying?
is. What do you?
He's playing people for the promo.
It's not happening.
Little two piece without the sides.
If this was what you think it is, it would be labeled as such. The word that would be used is reunion, reunite, something
Yeah.
along those lines. He's just saying Young Money. This might be all brand new artists. You never even heard of them before.
He's gonna bring back Lloyd. Lloyd was part of Young Money for like a week, for
There
like
you
one
go.
song. He's gonna bring back Lloyd. I'd be down. I'd be down to hear some Lloyd though. Lloyd would actually be a higher level than. I mean, his name is Gutta. It doesn't get much lower than that,
Listen,
really, does
man,
it?
you just can't trust any.
You're rude. Just because it's Little Wayne saying it, you feel like
It's definitely
it's
a
kind.
lie. It's definitely a lie, and we'll report.
I'm
on
hoping he
this.
brings these guys out, man. I'm hoping he brings these because obviously, if anybody goes, it's clear. As soon as you say the term Young Money, everybody is assuming that Nicki Minaj and Drake are going to be there. But I mean, you're right. He said Young Money. He didn't say Drake and Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? That would have been a bigger headline, honestly, at this point than Young Money. Drake and Nicki Minaj. So
Oh yeah, and by the way, August really that far out from April?
no, I can't. My
Am,
math is
am I
horrible.
being
I'm gonna count
crazy?
off
Is
the-
August that far out?
It's 4 months.
Okay,
4
so
months
it's
away.
not super far out to promo a show like that. So, what I'm saying is this ad was on Lil Wayne's Instagram. So, if Drake was a part of this, if Nicki was a part of this, if Tyga was a part of this, wouldn't we hear something? He did say surprise guest, right?
Right.
So I guess surprise, you don't know none of these Young Money niggas. That's gonna be the surprise.
I get what you're doing, but first thing that we got to do is we got to take Tyga out. Can we just take Tyga out of the list of the top tier Young Money artists for a second, just for me, just for my personal preference?
Sure, why not? But it doesn't matter. These are gonna be all new rappers. I don't even think Corey Guns is gonna be there. Like,
Oh, the Gunner! I forgot about
I
Gunner.
don't even
the
think he's
shooter.
gonna be there. And then the other thing too, by the way, this still might not happen. Still might not happen.
Right, because we don't know. Well, they're not in Ontario, so
COVID
I'm pretty.
19. They're gonna do rapping
start-
like they're gonna do rapping
No,
like this.
no. They started holding concerts. They started opening back up and holding concerts in California. That's the thing now. Outdoor concerts. So this is not Ontario. Luckily, the rest of the world has a little bit more sense and knows how to operate. But it's open right now. There's concerts in April going
Okay.
on in California.
All right.
So
Well, viewing public, if you our American viewing public, if you are buying tickets for this, be prepared to get disappointed. All right, because you're not going to see Drake, you're not seeing Wayne, you're not seeing any of these people you think you are going to see. You might see brand new artists. Is all I'm saying. And yeah, enjoy.
I can't wait to see the ticket prices.
The people are going to be wanting refunds like crazy. They're going to be wanting refunds like crazy, and while you're begging for your refund, this is going to be Lil Wayne's face.
Wow, that was you queued that up nicely. I like that.
Yeah, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yes, I'm a Young Money fan with some of the artists. I am just a realist, and viewers of this podcast should know that. Deuces.
Hey, you think R. Kelly subscribed her?
R. Kelly definitely has a sub.
Yikes!
100%.
I went there.
No, R. Kelly 100% has a sub, guaranteed.
Leave all the comments you want. I went there. He probably has a sub.
All right.
Don't be mad at me.
I believe I can.
Okay, now you went another way. Yeah.
Bhad Bhabie, who recently turned 18, is now on OnlyFans. And Dre wanted to talk about this because he has subscribed to her OnlyFans.
No,
And,
okay, no, stop. We're not even gonna let that go on for another 5 seconds. We're gonna stop right there.
Anyways,
you want to rewind and start that again?
No, we're gonna keep going from there. So,
okay.
He has subscribed to the OnlyFans, and he didn't want to share any of the content, which is fine. But I mean, apparently, Bhad Bhabie has broken a record. 6 hours, generated $1 million, and she said we broke the OnlyFans record. No, Bhad Bhabie. No, Daniela. You did. And here's the dealio. You've had a lot of perverts with their eyes on you since you were like 15, 16. So now they're like, yes, she's legal. I can finally see it. DJ Academics tweeted, and I wish I had the tweet. DJ Academics tweeted when she was 16, 15. He's like, damn. Bhad Bhabie got some big ass titties for a 15-year-old. People have been queuing her for a very, very. Who's surprised by this? I on a separate. I hate to bring this up because I'm not trying to plug it, but on my other YouTube channel, which I haven't touched in years, I did a video about Bhad Bhabie linking up with Kim Kardashian. Why would they link up? What's the point? And obviously, I was just creating some satire, and I said, hey. They're linking up because Kim wanted to show Bhad Bhabie when she becomes legal how to get into this sexy porn industry.
Right.
And
it's horrible.
And by the way, that video over 30,000 views because there's a bunch of sick, perverted people out there. This was years ago, way before she was legal. And here we are.
Nice plug.
But here we are though. I'm a psychic here, man. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But then again, not really, because anyone with 2 eyes could have seen this coming, right?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is you broke a record, good for you. You're going to have a bunch of old, disgusting people ogling your barely legal body. And if you're okay with that, Bhad Bhabie, then go nuts. Spend your money. Just be careful. Up that security, okay? Because sometimes the visuals aren't enough. And sometimes the people paying for that subscription, they just gotta have more. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, the craziest thing is that she posted the breakdown of how she made the money, like how it was all broken down and everything, right? But if you look at it, over $200,000, and I don't know how OnlyFans works, but over $200,000 is there for comments.
So we could see.
Was that right?
It says messages right there.
Messages.
Slide right over.
Look at that amount of money made from messages, brother. Messages. Her subscription is apparently $24 a month. Who even knows if she had pictures posted when she opened this account or how many pictures were there on top of it. But like you said, the biggest thing is the fact that she turned 18 on March 26th. Has that even been? It's been like, what, 2 weeks? And she's on here breaking records on OnlyFans. Like, kudos to her. Go make your coin, girl. Go do your thing. You're legal. Go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Make as much money as you can. But if this if we are not, if 2020 and the beginning of 2021 hasn't given us an indication of what the real world is like it's been hidden for a long time, it's been underground, but if we're not getting an indication of what the world is really turning into at this point, you blind, fam. You guys are blind because this is, bro, come on, man.
Well, I would just like to.
First date?
I would just like to double up on my prediction that she will be doing porn. I just want to double up on that. Viewing public, what are your thoughts here? Are you excited that she's finally on OnlyFans? You get to see the barely legal tatas.
Oh my god.
This is what it is. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Deuces.
Many people are mispronouncing this man's name. It's French. It's pronounced murder.
So we are on day 7, day 8 of the Derek Chauvin trial, and I wanted to wait. I was going to talk about this yesterday, but I wanted to wait till today because there's been some developments. I kind of wanted them to fully develop. I didn't want the half development. So let me keep you updated on what's going on. So day 7 pretty much started with them not seating any jurors, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later, explain why they didn't have any jurors. Some new evidence came out and everything like that. So the 7th day was filled with a motion that was filed by the defense. The defense came across a video of an arrest that was made of George Floyd a year ago. And in this arrest, there was a lot of similarities to the situation that happened most recently with Derek Chauvin. So the defense is kind of wanting to allow this video to be seen by the jurors. Now we have a clip.
And in that second search, drugs that reportedly appeared chewed and had George Floyd's DNA on them were found.
It's just kind of mind-boggling that an extensive search was not done until January 2021.
In the May 2019 tape, you see Floyd struggling with police, and police accuse Floyd of swallowing drugs.
Spit out what you got! Spit out what you got! You're eating pills!
In the video, you can faintly hear Floyd calling out for his mother.
The similarities are incredible. I mean, it's the exact same behavior in 2 incidents, almost exactly 1 year apart.
Also on the video, you can hear a paramedic warn Floyd that his blood pressure was extremely high after swallowing the drugs, and he needed to go to a hospital. But prosecutors argued the May 2019 incident is not related.
After George Floyd got arrested, apparently he was put into the police car for a brief moment before he was pulled back out. So they searched the car, not that day. No. January of this year, that squad car was given a thorough search, and inside of that car there was a case of pills that had been chewed with George Floyd's DNA on it. So they are bringing that up as new evidence, as a way to say, listen, this is a habit that he has. When he gets in trouble, he chews these pills. Now let's go back to day 7. Day 7 came up with one of his friends who was in the car with him. He had a friend that was in the car with him. His name is Maurice Hall. Okay, Maurice Hall was in the car with him while this was all going on and everything like that. And also the man who provided him with the drugs that he had in his system, the fentanyl and the painkillers, the Percocets that he had, right? So the defense obviously wants to put this man on the stand because they want him to testify, and they want to drill him about how often George Floyd was using these drugs and what effects they had on him like that. On day 7, he came back with his lawyer and invoked his 5th Amendment right. The reason he invoked his 5th Amendment right was because he didn't want to self-incriminate himself. If it is later proven that, if Chauvin wins the trial and it's proven that drugs was the cause of George Floyd's death, this man can now be charged with 3rd-degree murder.
Right.
So he's trying to protect himself. He's saying, I don't want to testify because if you guys make the wrong decision, I might be going to jail too, and I was just there. I'm just trying to help my homeboy who had the back problems, right? So they're gonna go back to that a little bit later. It hasn't been resolved. The judge did say that he did agree with the point that he was making. It is a valid point for the 5th Amendment, but a decision has not been made on that. And that was day 7 until 7 jurors were dismissed. Day 7 was a big day, man. 7 jurors were dismissed. They were dismissed because they found out that they found out about the $27 million settlement between George Floyd and the state, and because they had knowledge of that, they had to be let go. Right. They ended up replacing those people with the backup jurors. They had backup jurors from before. They interviewed a few of them. They ended up coming back for day 8. Okay, and that's what we're on right now. So day 8 wasn't that long. Day 8 wasn't a lot. But the one thing that I do want to highlight about day 8 was that they brought on Lieutenant Johnny Murcell. And he kind of testified as to the training manual, where they brought out actual phrases from the training manual. And I want to quote this. The minimum amount of force that you need to accomplish the objective of arresting and detaining somebody is what you should use.
The minimum.
That is in the training manual. That's what it says. Yeah. The minimum amount of force. Now, this was Lieutenant Johnny Murcell, who had come on and testified after Sergeant Edwards, Lieutenant Zimmerman, and the police chief, Arredondo. Now, I don't know if people heard about this thing called the blue wall that they have with the police, but police don't rat on other cops. They just don't do it. This is a case where every single cop with a title, sergeant, lieutenant, and chief, have all appeared to testify against Derek Chauvin. It's not looking good for the man. It's not looking good for him at all. The defense, of course, as always, tries to come back with something. They try to come back with the lieutenant and his statement, but I'm not even going to talk about it, because what is there really to say? You know, what I want to ask you, though, Chris, so that you get a little opinion on here. What do you feel about that footage?
Yeah, the footage is crazy. I'd be lying.
The similarities are
I'd
stupid,
be lying,
right?
If the similarities are not blatantly obvious. The only thing that's missing is the knee on the neck.
Say it again. Say it
Right.
again. The only thing that's missing is...
Yeah, it's just the knee on the neck. That's really the only thing that's missing. But again, with the other evidence against that, minimum force, basically a lot of top officers, testifying against Chauvin, it doesn't help, right? Like that video, yeah, it is damning. It does show a pattern. It absolutely does. But what it also shows in that video is the arresting officer doing what's in the manual, which is minimum force, no knee on the neck. What it also shows is the exact same person with drugs on or in them. If that officer was able to restrain Mr. Floyd, without a knee on the neck, why couldn't Chauvin do it? So the video helps and it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that video would have shown Mr. Floyd wilding out, foaming at the mouth, throwing officers all over the place, that compounded with the drugs and everything, okay, then maybe you'd be like, we didn't have a choice. This is what he's capable of. Right. Doesn't show that. Doesn't show that at all. So I don't know if it helped or hurt.
I mean, at this point, as I keep saying, and I will continue to say, the prosecution, in my mind, of course, they're the one laying out their case first. We haven't heard the defense's full case yet, but they are providing a case that is like, it's irrefutable. It's very, very difficult, and the defense is using smart tactics in responses to these testimonials, I guess you call them, to these people testifying. But there's the one thing, and it's the one thing that I'll say, and I'll stick to it. The one thing that they can't argue is the length of time on the man's neck. You know what I mean? And I just want to say real quick, there was another person, just real quickly, Jody Stiger or Steiger, I'm not sure who he is, was also testified today, and he was the one who's in charge of kind of assessing the use of force used by the LAPD, right? So they played back some of the videos, and he kind of spoke to what he saw in the videos. Now, initially it was said that Derek Chauvin had one knee on the neck and the other knee was on the ground, right? He only had one knee on him. That was what was initially stated. The video was shown, and the guy stated that Derek Chauvin not only did he have his knee on the neck, but his right knee was on George Floyd's back.
Right.
So, I mean, that looks even worse. And then to add on to it, he pointed out that the positioning of his feet on the ground to where his knees were meant that all of the pressure
was in those knees.
So that was another another one that hit them today. So we'll see what happens on day 9, day 8, and day 7. Where, woo!
So viewing public, let me know what your thoughts are here, man. Are you keeping up? Because I feel like it's really gonna get heated once the defense gets the floor. But leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. R.I.P. George Floyd, and our condolences goes out to his friends and family. Deuces. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.
Yo, Chris, we got to 200 subscribers,
Finally.
man.
Finally.
You know what I'm saying? But we don't want to stop there. We have a new goal. The new goal is 500 subscribers. So what I need you to do, I need you to like these videos over here. I need you to subscribe right here, man. Two guys doing the podcast, man.